Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Look at this puzzle. Yesterday I had an anti-party puzzle which wasn't allowed by the rules to have a 3 in the corner. Today, not only am I allowed to have a 3 in the corner, I've got 4 enormous 3s in the corners already. Thank you, James Cock. The puzzle is called 3 in the corner. James has done wonderful things with videos and I'm really looking forward to having a go at this. It's a very clever idea. Wonderful things with constructions, not with videos. I mean, they make wonderful videos because of the puzzles, which is the whole point. That's what we're showcasing here on the channel. Wonderful Sudoku constructions. And I'm betting this is another one. Looking forward to giving it a go. And we'll try that in a moment. There is a king's move rule in case you're leaping to the puzzle. I'll be forgetting that later in this video. In the meantime, do join us on Patreon where you can be Cracking the Cryptic. There's my Kraken mug. Thank you, Marusha Dark, for sending Simon and myself those. Unbelievable. We should really put them out as merch or something, but they're by someone else. And yeah, there's a series of puzzles on Patreon themed on Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken, and that is out now. That's the Patreon reward for July. You can enter until the 20th. We urge you to give it a go. We've been getting lots of first-time entries, loads of entries. It's virtually 100 every day, I think, at the moment. Just incredible numbers of people. Well done. And they're all saying very nice things about the hunt, so I think the puzzles are worth trying. Do give them a go. Also, we've got, I think earlier in Simon's video, at the end of it, there should have been the Roll of Honour for the Patreon reward solvers last time. Now, I have just noticed today that there were quite a few people. I mean, the instructions were very specific and said no spacing when you send in the 9-digit answer. And that is because then we can, as long as we know exactly what string to look for, we can search on our voluminous email to get only those people who sent in that 9-digit. I did notice there are some people who sent it in with spaces in, and you may not appear on the Roll of Honour for that reason. But you probably know if you still got the puzzles right last month. Anyway, I mean, we were specific. We said don't put spaces. So if you did, it's not quite the right answer, I suppose. But that feels bad when you've bothered solving 6 Sudokus to get there. Anyway, now that's Patreon. There's also all of our apps. We have a brilliant Thermo app. So there'd be puzzles a bit like this in that. And all of our other apps as well, including Gas. Check them out. And there's also Sven's Sudoku Pad, our merchandise, Discord server, all on the links under the video. The first link is to this puzzle, 3 in the corner. The rules are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Identical digits cannot appear a chess move away, a knight. Whoa. Put your teeth back in, Mark, and start again. Identical digits cannot appear a chess king's move away from each other. So those two could not both be 2s for that reason, if for any other. So a chess king's move basically rules out neighbouring diagonal cells from being the same. Along thermometers, digits increase from the bulb to the ends, and each of these thermometers has 1 bulb and 2 ends, it looks like. So the numbers will be getting bigger as we go this way along this thermometer, or if we go all the way to the other end. And from this one, they go bigger that way and they go bigger that way. So those are the rules. Give it a try. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Okay, so, well, I mean, this is the perfect puzzle for me to pencil mark. Although actually, okay, let's start with this. Okay, we've got identical thermo constructions in boxes 3 and 7 and in boxes 1 and 9. So I'm going to pencil mark these with the possible digits. This is the longest individual thermo, a 7-cell thermo, if I go to the bottom left corner of the box. And let's see what we learn as we put these in. I mean, I'm literally never afraid, as you know if you watch the channel, to fully pencil mark a long thermo. Okay, I don't think that is telling me what's happening in these cells particularly, but I'm now going to do these. But these you have to be a little bit, you have to do a little bit of thinking about. Once you get here, you're up to at least 3. Now that means the numbers along these arms are from digits higher than 3. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, that's going to give me something. But that also means I don't think this can be higher than 3 itself, because if that was a 3, all of these digits could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If that was a 4, you can't find 6 different higher digits. So that is 2 or 3, that's 1 or 2. Now what I've just thought of, and I can do that here as well, I may not mark the rest of these thermos yet, although I've thought of one other thing that's actually very big. Okay, I've thought of 2 things. One is that in this box, 1 and 2 have to be in this row. You can't get them this high on the thermo, and therefore they are in this row. Now that's going to let me position 1 and 2 here, and I can do the same down here and down here. But I've also thought of something else, which is that 9 in this box is going to have to be in one of those 3 cells. It could be on either end of the thermo or there, but it can't be anywhere else. And that's interesting because that restricts this cell from being 9, and we can unwind that all the way along the thermo, taking the topmost previously possible digit away. So I'm going to do that here as well. We've got a 9 in one of those. Then I'll go back and do the 1, 2 thing. And I mean, it's a decent start. So 1 and 2 are there. That rules out 1 and 2 from that cell. So the only places left for 1 and 2 in the box are, well, 1 first and then 2, it's true. And again here, 1 and 2 in those cells. That must be 1 over in box 7, and that must be 2. Ah, lovely. And those 2s are looking at these bulbs, so they become 1s, and I can get rid of some pencil marking. Maybe that doesn't go beyond that. I thought that was going to roll up the thermo, but it doesn't. Yeah, okay, that little bit of action may have run its course. 9 in this box has to be in one of these cells. Oh no, 9 is ruled out of all of those, so we can place 9 in this box. That's true here as well, 9 there. So those 2 cells can't possibly be 9s now. 9 is on the end of a thermo, very unsurprisingly. Now, let's not forget the King's Move thing, just in case. I don't think we've got to a point where we can use it yet, but I've done enough thermo work now that I am likely to suddenly forget it. I don't know, these unthermoed cells, it would be great to know what they are. I don't think I've got a way of knowing yet. Oh, that's... I was wondering if this 4 was significant. It rules 4 out of all of those cells. No, I don't think I can use that yet. I need to just... 1 is in one of those 2. I hadn't seen that. And one of those. So the remaining ones in the puzzle are all X-wings away from each other. None of those are suffering further King's Move constraints as far as I can see. Now, what else have we got? Has this been... This is not a 9. 9's on one of these. Oh, what are these digits? Right. Yes, I'm looking at this set now. These can't go above 7, can they? Yeah, that's interesting. Right. They can't go above 7 because the remaining cells left to go on the thermo. So this is now a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sextuple. And one of these is a 7, which is quite interesting, because that means that there is a 7, 8, 9 triple along one of these arms, and it cannot be on this one, because what would happen to that cell? It would explode and vanish in a puff of dust in the corner of the puzzle. So we can't have 7, 8, 9 down here, but 7 in this sextet has to be in one of those 2 cells. Now it can't be there. It must be here. And look, we therefore get the 8 and the 9 in this box. Now we can pencil mark this arm. This can't be any more than 6 now. So we've got 2 positions and we've got a 5-6 pair, and we are cooking with gas now. 7, 8, 4, 3. Oh look, that was another. Oh, 3 in the corner, we got one! Thanks to Sven for making this automatic that I notice, because sometimes I don't. Oh, that's brilliant. I don't think we can get one here or here, so that was the only opportunity, and we got our full party mode on. That's brilliant. Right, so 2 there. Now in a moment I'm going to go back to the other side of the puzzle and do all of this replicant stuff, because I think it must all follow. So yeah, it's the same with this group of cells. These are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them's 7. We now know it's not there, so we can put in 7 here. Run a 9 into the corner. This is 3, 4, or 5. The 6 in this column is now here. That's fixed the 5, 6 pair over there. This is, at the moment, it's 3, 4, or 5. I've done this in a slightly different order because it hasn't quite come out the way I thought. But the max for here is, well, I was going to say it's 6 because it sees 9, 8, 7. Actually, it sees 6 as well now. So this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 6 to finish the box. Now we can finish this box. Look, we've got all the 3 in the corner boxes done. And a bonus couple of 3s that didn't get onto the 3s. And 1 in the party position. Brilliant. Right, now we've got a whole bunch of triples we can fill in down the middle. And then I bet we get to use the king's move. And I think this might all come together. I have a feeling. My feelings are often wrong. I'm just putting in the triples. I will look at the king's move in a moment. I'm also taking out very obvious Sudoku from the 4 and the 1. But I'll look at the king's move in a moment. You can be looking at it ahead of me and working out what it's going to tell us that's really helpful about these triples. 1, 4, 3, 5, 6, 4, 8, 7, 1, 2, 9, and that can't be a 1, that can't be a 4. Right, king's move alert. 5 sees that cell. 4, 5, 6, no. 1, 2, 4. 2 sees that cell. 5, 4, 3 here. 5 sees that. 4 sees that. Let's just keep going. 7, 2, 3. This is maybe the slightly mechanical way of doing this puzzle, but I'm never afraid to get it in any way I can. I'm afraid that's my competitive solving background coming out. That can't be 7. That can't be 6. That can't be 8. This is all right. Okay, that's reduced the candidates. Now I've got a 2, 7 pair. I haven't spotted anything else yet. You probably have. We get a 4 here. That takes 4 out of this cell, puts 4 here. All the 4s are done across the middle. Now, what? Did I get any other triples or anything? Oh, I thought I would, and maybe I haven't. That's interesting. Okay, it's no giveaway. Well, it's James Copp. Of course it's no giveaway. It's a 2, 9 pair up here. 5, 6, 4. Right, interesting. Okay, this has got harder at this point, which is a little bit surprising, if I'm honest. This cell, for instance, can't be 1, 4, 9, or either of 2, 7 because of the restriction. So, I don't know. I thought that 2, 7 pair was going to try and be helpful, and it hasn't really done a lot. Has it? 3, 5, 6, 8, 4, 7. That can't be 4. No, this is interesting. I don't know exactly how we're meant to proceed. We've got no more thermos to use. We've just got normal Sudoku and the king's move. That's all we've got left. So, okay, all of those positions see that. So that is 2, 7, 8, or 9. All of those see that, but it gives me 5 candidates, which is more than I like to have for pencil marking. 1, 3, 5, 6. Interesting. Did I miss any impossibilities? Yes, I did. Look, 3 is looking at that cell. It's just rubbish, isn't it? It's rubbish when your scanning is that bad. Right, we get a 6 there. That's not a 6. Ooh, one of these is... Can I do anything with that? The 3, 5 pair. It doesn't reach another box, so it doesn't bode well to be useful. Ah, it does reach all of those cells in this box. So now 6 in box 5 has to be in one of those 4 cells. Except, well, no, let's say that. And that means it can't be here because that sees all of those 4 cells. So that's not a 6. So whatever this is has to be in that, again, this cell sees all of these. So whatever this is has to be, well, in one of those 2 cells. And I'm going to colour 3s and 5s in case it helps. Let's make that orange. Now the orange 3 or 5 therefore has to be in one of these cells. And this 3 or 5, I'm going to make a different colour. We'll call it green. Not sure if that does anything. If this was 3 or 5... Ah, this one can't be 3 or 5 now because it sees both. Might be the same as that. Okay, the green 3 or 5... it could be there. I'd love to rule it out of there. I mean, I haven't got any reason to rule it out of there. Now, did I miss anything else? Yes, I did. 7 is looking at that cell. I just missed it. It's embarrassing, but there you go. I don't normally feel that embarrassed about that sort of thing because you're not going to pick up everything in scanning, whoever you are. Right, 7 there. 7 and 8 are done. 4. Can I bring that into the colouring scheme somehow, the 7 and 8? I doubt it. Let's just do one last check for anything else I've failed to scan. Yes, 6 is looking at that cell. That's great. That gives me a 3-5 pair, and I'm colouring that. Oh dear. Very, very poor King's Move eliminations earlier. Right, this now can't be 3 or 5 because including the King's Move, it sees them both. In fact, green in this box is in one of those 2 cells, which is a surprising offset. And 6 in this box is in one of those 2 now. It can't be there. And that 6 is ruling those out. Yeah, there are some weirdisms happening. This is turning into a more interesting puzzle than the fun beginning was, which is weird. Right, let's keep going with orange and green if I can. That's obviously one of each, but I don't know which is which. And then up here, if that was green, this would be a 3 and that would be a 5. It's strange. Okay, I need to find something else. I need to find some useful triple or pair that's actually looking somewhere. So we've got that 2-7 pair, this 3-5 pair. I've kind of used them. 1. Well, okay, by Sudoku, this, I might as well pencil mark these remaining cells because candidate numbers have fallen a bit. That couldn't be a 7. This can't be. 8, 4, 6, 7 in the column, 1 in the box, 3 on the King's Move. That's going to be worth studying a bit more in a moment. This one, 1, 6, 4, 8. Ugh. I'm going to put 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now this cell could be almost anything. Maybe I'm not pencil marking that yet. Although maybe it would be helpful to. I was going to say something incredibly obtuse, like it can only be one number after all, but I don't know if you know. Oh, no, I tell you what. It can't be 2, 7 because that's a pair. And it can't be 8, 9. Oops, because that's a pair. So it is 3, 5 or 6. It is actually more restricted than some of those. Ooh, if it's not 6, it's green. Wow, there isn't a triple or quadruple in the central box, I don't think. But maybe I can find something else. Look, 7 has to be in one of those cells. Yeah, that's great. No, I'm wrong. It could be there. Oh, bother. If that was a 2, then one of those is... Yeah, we've got these 2 7 pairs that are looking at each other a bit. Just trying to see what they're doing. Those have to be the same. So one of 2 or 7 is up here. The other one is down here. Oh, I'm getting weirded out. It's almost like I don't believe at the moment that we've got enough information because I can't find anything to do. I'm sure that's not true, but it's interesting as a feeling. Oh, I was going to say one of those is a 7. They all see that cell, which didn't have 7 as a possibility. But that's maybe the kind of thing we need to do. 6 in both of those cells would rule out 6 from those. 5, yeah, there it is. No, that wasn't the restriction for 5. That was restriction for green. Oh, it's so close to yielding, I think. So is it about those 3s? And we've got a 3 there. Wow, I'm not seeing this. I hope it's not just a very obvious King's Move connection that I'm missing. It could be. It really could. Okay, let's think about 2s and 7s again. So, that's interesting. If that was a 7, we'd get a 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. Any problems with that? Certainly not. If it was a 2, we'd get 2 here. Now, 2 in one of those 2 cells. One of those. It doesn't really get much done as a 2. It gets more done as a 7. 8 is confined to those 2. Which is slightly interesting at first because it means 8 can't be in those cells, but it's not a candidate for them. Let's say this was a 7, because if it's not, it's an 8, and that's interesting. If that's a 7, 7 here, here, and there. And 2s, then... Well, they're fine. I'm feeling that this can't be... Yeah, let's just colour 2s and 7s in blue and grey. See, I was wondering if they both hit that. They don't. That's actually no use at all. Well, is it? If blue was a 2, it's in one of those with orange. I don't know. Then 7 would have to be in one of these, and we'd get some information about 7s and 4s and 8s. Ooh. I think there's probably an easier way of seeing... Oh, look, there is an easier way of seeing something. We've got a 2-9 pair there. Right, that's not 2 or 9 now. So, what's happened to this group of cells? Have we got a 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 set? Not quite. Oh, But it's annoying to miss a pair like that. There's a 4, 7, 8 pair in this column. That's interesting. That can't be 7 or 8. We really are reducing possibilities in this box now. So if this was a 2, that's given me a 1, 2, 9 triple. Is that expected? Yes, I think we've got 3 triples in this column. One of 4, 7, 8, one of 3, 5, 6, and one of 1, 2, 9, which, again, it's a slightly weird feeling. 7 has come out of this cell now with the 7, 8 thing. Ah, so 7's in one of those two in box 5. There we go. And grey becomes 2 and blue becomes 7. Let's get rid of that colouring because it's not going to do anything else for us. So 7 is one of those. 2 is now one of these and not there, which is 5 or 9. Now what does that do? Do these positionings of 2 and 7 solve any of these cells? Definitely not. Gosh, this is getting harder, not easier. 9 is now in one of those two positions. No, it could be there. Not true. Have I got another double or triple in these columns? 1, 2, 9, 5, 3. That can't be 6, I've only just noticed. That's probably been true for ages. Two must be in one of those cells. Wow, how is this resolving? It's so odd for a King's Move puzzle to be complex. Right, either that's 9 or that's 8 in this row, because we need a 1, 8, 9 triple. Only one of these can be 5 or 7. Okay, so if that's 9, we get a 9 here and a 9 here. Ah, that won't work. That's really interesting. If that's 9, we get a 9 here and a 9 here. And 2 in row 3 would have to be here, but 2 in box 5 would have to be here. That's a weird kind of hinged Y-wing or something, I don't know. But anyway, this can't be 9. This is 5, and that must help us. It takes 5 out of those cells and out of that one. Oh, it's made bright green be a 3, which is weird. Somehow in my head, green was a 5, and it just isn't. That 5 sees 3 up here, so we can do 3 in the central box. 3 and 5 are done over here. Let's get rid of all the colouring. This has become a 5. Right, let's get rid of the colouring. How do we do that? We hit that green, we hit that orange. Okay, this has become a 7. I think we'll be able to finish off now. That's an 8. That was an intriguing hold-up, though. Did not expect to get kind of stuck at that point in a puzzle of this sort. 5 and 6, well, you know, maybe my own infirmity, or it may be the brilliance of the constructor, and I much prefer to think of it as the latter. You'll be amazed to hear. 4 and 8 there, 4 and 7 here, we get a 6 and a 5, just doing Sudoku, nothing clever. 1, 2, 9 down here. So we must need one more King's Move. There it is, 9 looking at that. Then, that's not a 9, we need one more still to sort out these 1, 2, 9s. We haven't got any more King's Moves available. Yes, we have. We've got a 1 looking at that. In the last possible cell I looked at, it all got resolved, and that's lovely. So there we go. That is 3 in the Corner by James Copp. An excellent puzzle. Delighted to give it a go, and delighted to get there at the end, and delighted to get 3 in the corner. A well-deserved party piece by James Copp. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.